It's time for StoRyvival. And today, we are starting a series to mark the festival of Devi Navratri with stories about the different forms of Goddess Shakti worshipped during the 9 days of Navratri. Shakti means energy, power, or empowerment. And Goddess Shakti represents the female energy of the universe. The festival of Navratri is dedicated to honoring and worshipping this energy in various forms. On the first day of Navratri, the goddess is worshipped in a form called Shailaputri. Let's hear a story about why the goddess became Shailaputri. Once upon a time, there was a king called Daksha. He had a daughter named Sati. Daksha was the son of Lord Brahma himself and a great king. Naturally, he dreamed of getting his daughter married to an equally great king or prince. But Sati was not interested in kings and princes. Instead, her mind was firmly set on marrying Lord Shiva, the wandering ascetic who had no home and lived in the mountains and forests. Daksha was horrified. An ascetic for Sati's husband? Sati tried convincing her father, but Daksha would have none of it. Eventually, Sati left her parents' house to marry Lord Shiva against Daksha's wishes. This upset Daksha greatly. So, when he planned a grand sacrifice or yajna sometime later, he invited all the gods and demigods, but not Sati and Shiva. Sati found out about the yajna and went there without an invitation. It was in her own parents' house after all. But there, Daksha insulted both Sati and her husband Shiva. Unable to bear this humiliation, Sati jumped into the sacrificial fire. Shiva found out about this incident and about Sati's death. He was deeply enraged and heartbroken. Without Sati in his life, he had no interest in a house, marriage, or any other worldly aspect of life. Shiva retreated into the mountains into deep meditation with no wish to return. Meanwhile, a demon called Tarakasur was creating menace for the gods. He had asked Brahma for a boon that only Shiva's child could kill him. But Shiva was sitting in the mountains in deep meditation and was without a wife or child. So who would kill Tarakasur now? Had he become immortal? Would he continue to rule the three worlds forever? The gods were very worried. They knew that only Sati could have brought Shiva out of his deep meditation. So they started praying to Goddess Sati to be reborn and save them by bringing Shiva out of his meditation. At the same time, the mountain Himavan or Himalaya was praying for a daughter. Goddess Sati granted the wishes of the gods and Himalaya by being reborn in Himalaya's house as his daughter. Now, one of the words for mountain in Sanskrit is Parvat, and so this daughter came to be known as Parvati. Another word for mountain is Shaila, and a word for daughter is Putri. And that is how the goddess came to be known as Shailaputri, the daughter of the mountain Himalaya and none other than Parvati. It is in this form that the goddess is worshipped on the first day of Navratri. So that was a story about Shailaputri as part of the StoRyvival Navratri series. To stay tuned to this series about stories of the different forms of the Goddess Shakti worshipped during Navratri, subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. We hope you enjoyed the StoRyvival and will be back soon for more.